here with me today. Namaste. So for today's class, we're going to use a yoga strap, or if you don't have a yoga strap, please go ahead and just grab a towel. And you may not need either of them, but it's good to have them right next to you. It's going to come in handy when we get into the hamstrings, stretching the back of the legs. So in the meantime, please come into a comfortable seat, sit tall, and allow your arms to just kind of drape out of the shoulders, hands resting comfortably on top of your thighs. And then as you close your eyes, just kind of check in, notice the tension, if you're holding any tension in the jaws and the neck and the shoulders. These are the typical areas we tend to hold a lot of tension throughout the day, especially if you've been doing presentations or talking a lot. And then as you do, just kind of allow that fall down, just like a waterfall, all the way down to the belly. See if you're holding on to any tension in the belly. You know, can you release the belly? Let it just poof out. Most of us just walk throughout the day, just kind of holding our belly, and let the belly just poof out like a big Buddha belly. Be comfortable with that. You can even rub it if you want to. And then just allow the sensations to fall down all the way to your hips. This is another area that we really hold a lot of tension. So we're really going to open into the hips and the legs and the back of the legs and the calves and the ankles today. And as you notice, if you're holding on to any tension in the hips, sometimes one hip is tighter than the other, or one leg is tighter than the other. Allow that to be exactly the way it is. Try not to change anything right away. And then I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes and breathe into the nostrils and see if you can allow the breath to travel all the way down to the hips. And then see if you can let the breath just kind of circulate in the hips, almost like massaging your hips internally. And do that again 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Let the breath travel all the way down. Now, we don't have lungs in the hips, but you can kind of visualize and imagine the breath reaching the hips, and then you kind of massage internally. And last one, inhale. And exhale. See if you can soften the shoulders, soften the hips, soften the belly, the chest. And then gently begin to fold forward. You can bring your fingertips in front. Walk your hands as far away as you like to from your shins. Let the back be long. Just try not to round the back. Send your tailbone back and up. And then drop the chin to your chest. And walk your fingertips to the left side of your mat. Now that right hip is going to want to lift up. Don't let it. Just ground down through the right hip as you reach both arms in front to the left. And then come back through the center and walk all the way over to the right. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale. Just press that left hip down. You may notice a little bit more tension in this side or maybe the other side. Go ahead, come back all the way to the center, back to a seat, and then uncross your ankles and cross the other ankle in front. And inhale, lift the chest up, walk your hands in front once again, and just go as far as you can without rounding the back. And then take your hands over to the right side of your mat this time, lengthen the spine, exhale, let that left hip melt down towards the floor, and come all the way back through the center and to the left. Let the right hip melt down as you lengthen the spine. And then come back to the center again. Go ahead and have a seat, or raise your torso. Put your feet flat on the floor and the knees bend. Toes are pointing out, knees are pointing out. And then just now you can round forward. So just fold forward, let the head drop. Whenever I do that, I really feel a release in my low back. You might have a tight low back. If you do, just hang in there for a few minutes, let the head drop, shake the head side to side. And then come all the way back up. Let the knees open wide out to the side. Bring the soles of your feet together. Grab your ankles and just kind of butterfly your knees a little bit. Flutter those butterfly wings. And take your right hand to the inside of the right knee. Gently begin to let that right knee open to the side. Maybe the left knee comes up a little bit. That's okay. And then switch side. Left knee comes down and right knee comes up. So you're almost like rocking side to side. Like imagine you're like in a boat and you're just kind of rocking forward and back and side to side. And then once you are ready, come to the center and gently press both knees down. So try not to like push or force anything. We're just kind of guiding the knees open. No big deal, just a nice gentle stretch in the inner outer thighs. And then coming all the way back up, put your right foot flat on your mat. Bring that left heel a little bit closer to your buttocks. Reach in between the right leg as you turn your palm up. And then internally and externally rotate that shoulder. And then begin to reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Take your gaze down or up, whatever works best for you. Nice deep breaths in and exhale. And then go ahead and lift all the way back up. Put the left foot flat on the floor as you drop the right knee down. Bring that right heel a little bit closer to your groin. Reach the left arm down as you reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Kind of a twist to the right. Let the shoulders soften away from the ears. And then coming all the way back up to the center, bring both knees to your chest. If you're sitting on anything, please go ahead and move it to the side, and you're gonna come all the way down on your back. So this is the part that maybe you're gonna use the strap. Have the strap or the towel next to you. Bring the right knee to your chest. Put the left foot flat on the floor. You can rotate that right ankle one direction and then rotate it to the opposite direction. And then send the right leg all the way up towards the sky. Pause here for a moment as you grab the back of your right leg. Now, as you pause here, so your right knee is straight, your left knee is bent, left foot flat on the floor, and just kind of point and flex the right foot. And point and flex it. And then next time the foot is pointed, pause here for a moment. You can walk your hands up to your ankles and maybe draw that leg a little bit closer to your chest. Maybe you like to straighten the left leg and put the left leg flat on the floor. And then here is, if you would like to, you can take your strap and loop it around the bottom of your right foot. And hold on to both ends of your strap and gently begin to bring that right leg a little bit closer to your chest. And we're just gonna stay here for a few breaths. So nice deep breathing. Make sure that right leg is flexed. So you're sending the right heel up towards the ceiling. You're pressing the left heel down. The left leg is also really strongly, powerfully lengthening away from the hip. And then you just hold here, close your eyes, breathe into the back of that right leg. Nice deep breaths in and exhale it out. And then grab both ends of your strap with your right hand and gently begin to take that right leg out to the right a little bit at a time. Go tiny, 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 tiny bit at a time. And only go as far as you can without letting the left hip come off the ground. Let the right elbow rest on the floor and hold here for a moment. So your right leg is out to the right, left leg is straight on the floor. And you're just stretching out through the back of that right leg. And then gently begin to bring that right leg back up so it's vertical towards the ceiling. Grab both ends of your strap or towel with your left hand now and just a little bit. Take that right leg out to the left. So you're doing a twist, but you're not going all the way down to the floor. So maybe you're going 15% down towards the floor. And again, just close your eyes and stay with the breath. Inhale through the nose. See if you can send your breath all the way to the back of the leg. Feel how it feels to stretch out the back of the legs. And then gently bring that leg back up to vertical. Grab both ends of your strap again with your hands. And now, as you draw the leg a little bit closer to your chest, pick up the head and shoulders off the ground. And see if you can bring the shin a little bit closer to your forehead. But remember, don't force anything. Just let it happen. If you're not touching, obviously that's fine. We're just really trying to open up into the back of the legs. Nice deep breaths here. Exhale it out. And then lower the head and shoulders down. Release the strap. Put it to the side. Bring the right knee to your chest again. Interlace the fingers around the shin. And then switch sides. So left knee comes to your chest. Put the right foot flat on the floor. Rotate the left ankle one direction and rotate it the opposite direction. And then go ahead and straighten the left knee as you interlace your fingers behind the left hamstring. Point and flex the foot. Point it and flex it and point and flex and point and flex. And next time the left ankle is flexed, hold it there. Begin to bring that leg a little bit closer to your body. If you like to, you can either take your hands to your ankles and hold it, or you can use your strap or your towel, loop it to the bottom of the foot, and then gently begin to draw the leg a little bit closer to your body as you send that left heel up towards the ceiling. Again, just close your eyes for a moment. Feel that nice stretch in the back of the leg. Send some nice deep breaths into it. Your breath can really help you open space in your body. So the tight areas, feel as if you can paint your breath in that area and just let it stretch out. And then grab both ends of your strap or towel, if you're using one, and take that left leg out to the left. So if you like to here, you can straighten the right leg. You can go as far as you want to with that right hip coming off the ground. Put your right hand on top of your right hip to keep it down. Let that left leg go as far as you can. I like to use my elbow as a kickstand, so I just go only as far as I can with my elbow resting on the floor. And then I'm just sending that left heel out to the left and gently begin to bring that leg back up to the center. Hold here for just a moment and then switch sides. So grab both ends of your strap or towel with your right hand as you take your left leg out to the right. So it's a little bit of a twist, but you're not going all the way down towards the floor. And as you go as far as you can, just close your eyes and breathe into the IT band, that fascia area right outside the hips, all the way to your knees. Sometimes it gets really tight. And then gently come back to the center. Grab both ends of your strap once again. Draw that leg a little bit closer to your chest. And then this time, see if you want to pick up the head and shoulders off the ground. And maybe that knee or the shin comes a little bit closer to your forehead, but we're not forcing anything at all. And then go ahead and release the head and shoulder down. Put this strap to the side, bend the left knee, draw the left knee to your chest again. And then bring the right knee to your chest too. So hug both knees in. You can rock a little bit side to side. And now grab outside edges of both feet, happy baby pose. So send the heels up towards the ceiling, and you can stay here for just a moment. So this is almost, if you have a difficult time with the malasana or garden pose, like a yogic squat, this would be a really good thing to practice. Essentially, you're doing a squat, deep squat on your back. Let the knees be wide, and you're just grabbing the outside edges of both feet, sending the heels up towards the ceiling, keep the knees bent, and then play with it a little bit. Maybe you like to bring both knees towards your armpits. Maybe you like to straighten one leg as you bend the other knee, and switch sides, straighten the other knee and bend the opposite knee. And then come back to happy baby pose once again. And now bring the soles of your feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana. Let the outside edges of your feet come down as your knees are wide apart from each other. So your legs are in butterfly. And just close your eyes here for a moment. Breathe into your belly, breathe into your chest, and then exhale out of the belly and the chest. And then bring both knees back to your chest again. Take that right ankle on top of the left knee, grab the hamstring on that left leg, and then just rock a little bit side to side. As you rock a little bit side to side, notice if you go to the left, you might feel a little bit more stretch in that right hip. Stay here for just a moment. Nice deep breath in. And then I'm going to ask you to take that right hand and gently begin to press that right knee away from the shoulder, so you get a really, really deep stretch in that right hip. And then let that go and switch side. Bring that left ankle on top of the right thigh. Draw the knee to your chest. Rock a little bit towards your side to side. And then if you notice that if you go to the right, you feel the stretch, just hold it. Wherever you're feeling the tension, hold it. Then you can take that left hand to the inside of the left thigh and then gently guide that knee open. And then let that go. Bring both knees to your chest. Again, rock side to side, or maybe this time you like to rock up and down your spine, and then eventually you're going to come up to a seat. So come to a comfortable seat, please. Put both feet flat on the floor, and you're going to take your hands behind you. Take that right ankle on top of the left thigh. So play with this a little bit. Maybe you like to extend that left heel a little bit farther away so you can put that right ankle on top. Or if you want a little bit more, draw that left heel a little bit closer to your buttocks, and that intensifies this stretch. You can even begin to walk your fingertips towards your hips, and that really intensifies the stretch more. But I'm going to ask you to really flex that right foot to protect that right knee. So let that right foot stretch or flex, lift the chest up, hold here for a moment, go wherever it feels good. So for some people, if you're more flexible, you want to sit up taller. If you're not as flexible, you want to extend the leg away. Go wherever it feels good, because we're going to just hold it here for 3, and 2, and 1, and then release. You can release both legs. Just kind of let the legs shake side to side, and then put the right foot flat on the floor. Take that left ankle on top of the right thigh. Again, play with it and see what works best for you. So maybe on this side, you like to extend the right leg a little bit farther away. Maybe if you're a little bit more flexible, bring that right heel a little bit closer to you. And then wherever you are, you can sit taller if you want a little bit deeper stretch, but make sure that left foot stays flexed. This way, you're really protecting that left knee. And then, so the closer you get to your thigh, the deeper the stretch.
Hey, Coach Nassim?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Your camera is not working. Do you want to try logging out and logging back in, see if it works?
Sure. I just, I can see myself here. So you can't see me at all?
Yeah, for some reason, no one can see your video.
Okay, let me log out and log back in then.
Okay, we'll try that.
Okay.
Yeehaw, we got you.
Is that better? Oh my God,
Yeah,
I'm so
well,
sorry. I don't know
you're
when.
good.
Okay, good. I don't know when we lost video, but I hope that my instructions were good enough where you can follow along. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's keep going. So we are on this side. So on the left ankle on top of the right knee. And then sit as far as you can go so your chest is lifted, you're pressing through the bottom of that right foot. And breathe into that left hip. And then gently begin to release, extend both legs straight again, shake the legs out. And then this time, bend the knees as deep as you like to. Take the arms out to the side, take a nice deep breath in, and hug both knees in. So you're threading the arms under your knees and then drop the head down. So the top of my thighs are touching my rib cage. And then from here, I'm gonna begin to slowly straighten the legs, but I wanna keep my rib cage and the thighs glued towards each other. Go as far as you can, as far as you like to, without letting the rib cage come away from the thighs. And then you hold, drop the head down, you pause here for a moment, deep stretch for low back and hamstrings. Breathe into whatever tension you might be feeling. And as you're ready, inhale, come all the way back up. Now, put your hands flat on your mat, put your feet flat on your mat, and then just lift your hips up. You come into Malasana, garland pose. So let your toes point out, knees point out. If you need to here, you can sit on a block, just like so. So take a block or sit on a stool or something, you can sit on that. If you feel like you want to try, you can take a blanket under your heels if your heels are lifted to support your heels. Or if you don't need it, you can just bring your heels down on the floor. Bring the elbows on the inside of the thighs and then draw the sternum all the way up so that your thumbs are touching the front of your chest, and then you're extending your tailbone back behind you. This is called Malasana, garland pose, or yogic squat. Lift the chest up. Really great pose to practice every day for your legs and the hips and the ankles and the shins, the entire lower body. And then gently press your hands down, lift the hips up into your forward fold. So keep the knees bent, please. Let the head drop. Shake the head side to side. Take a nice deep inhalation, lift the chest halfway, keep the knees bent. Exhale and fold forward. And do this again 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Keep those knees bent to support your back. And exhale and fold forward. And again, inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale, this time as you fold forward, step the left knee back, left foot back, and bring the left knee down to the floor. So if you want to, you can always pad under that knee with a blanket. Inhale, you're in a low lunge, lift the chest up. And exhale, take your hips back to your heel into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. So flex the right foot. We're gonna stay here for just a moment. If you like to, you can take one of your blocks and put it under your right thigh. That helps you stretch out there for a moment. You want to take your hands to your right thigh, right toes, and gently guide those toes towards your right shin. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, fold over the right shin. So remember here, this is a really deep stretch for the hamstring. So we can't force the hamstring to open. It just kind of has to open on its own. We can do it by supporting it, putting a support under it. Even if you're way up here, just kind of lift the chest up, send the tailbone back behind you, and really try and flex that right foot. The more you flex that foot, the deeper the stretch is in the calf and the hamstring. And then just breathe into it. It just takes patience to stretch out those hammies. Breathe into it. We can't force it. We can't hurry it up. And then gently lower the right toes down. Walk your hands back up to the top of your mat. So you're back into a lunge. Heel toe your right toes closer to your left ankle. Drop your right shin down to the floor. So you're in a pigeon prep. Now, if you want to, you can bend the left knee. Bend back that back knee a little bit. That makes it a little bit more accessible. But then see if you can turn your sternum towards your right knee. So you're kind of lengthening the spine towards that right knee. Inhale and exhale. See if you want to bring the elbows down to the floor. Now we're going to stay here. Some of you may want to add a little bit of a twist. If you want to add a twist, take that left arm out to the left and then thread the left arm under your body and bring the left ear down to the floor. So you're in a pigeon prep with a twist. And that left knee is bent, which makes this pose a little bit more accessible. And then gently begin to press yourself back up. Hands on the mat. Press the hands down so you can lift the hips up and then come back into your low lunge. Drop that left knee down to the floor and inhale. Begin to reach the right arm all the way up, twist to the right. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale and exhale. Lower the right hand back down to the floor. Tuck the left toes under and step the left foot up. Inhale, lift halfway up again. Exhale and fold forward as you step the right foot back behind your right knee comes down. Inhale, lift the heart up. Remember, you can pat under that right knee if you want. Exhale into your half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Flex the left toes. So you can stay here and just think about, how am I going to lengthen my spine? So I want to send my tail back and up. Instead of tucking under, you want to send the tail back and up so the chest is lifted. Some of you may be able to take a block and put it under the left hamstring and then just hold it here as you flex the left toes. You can take your hands to your toes so that you can flex the toes back towards your shin a little bit more. These are all just different options that you have in order to get a little bit deeper in those hamstrings. Really, most of us are very, very tight in the hamstrings. So stay here, just be patient and send some loving thoughts to your hamstrings. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And once we get a good hamstring stretch, you'll notice how your low back is released too. So they're definitely connected. And then gently begin to lower the left toes down. Come back into your runner's lunge or low lunge. And heel toe your left toes towards your right ankle. And then drop that left knee down. As your left shin comes down, you can bend that right knee back. That makes it a little bit easier to access. And then turn your sternum towards the left knee. So you're getting a little bit of a length as you're doing this. And if you want to, you can come down on your elbows and stay. Or if you want to, you can take that right arm out to the side and thread the right arm under your body. So you're kind of creating a twist in this pigeon prep as well. And you just stay here and you just are patient with your body and you just have good thoughts about your body. not try and change anything, not try and look a different way or feel a different way, just being it's called santosha or contentment to what your body is in this moment. That feeling of contentment gives us a sense of joy, and then from that sense of joy we can then choose to take action in whatever intention we have, whether it's getting strength or gaining more strength or more flexibility or losing weight or whatever it is. Now gently begin to come back up, bring your hands back on your mat, tuck your right toes under so you can lift the left knee off the ground, come into a runner's lunge again, and then step the right foot up. Inhale, lift the chest halfway, exhale and fold forward, drop the head down, and then this time walk both feet to the back side of your mat. So you come into plank pose, and then drop the right knee down to the floor. As you swivel on the right knee, bring the left foot down on the floor. Reach the left arm all the way up, stretch it up. And exhale, lower the right hip down to the floor. So your right hips come down, you flex the left toes, and then your right knee is bent. Your left hand can go on top of your left shin as you reach the right arm all the way up. Stretching out the right hip. Breathe into it. Let the right shoulder move away from the hips or the ears. And then circle the arms all the way back and over. Bring both hands down to the floor as you press back up. Stretch that right leg back. Drop the left knee down to the floor. Swivel on the left knee as you bring the right foot flat on the floor. Reach the right arm up, stretch it up first. So you're in your side plank pose here. Inhale. And then slowly begin to have a seat. Just like that. Flex the right toes. Bring the right hand on top of your right shin. And reach the left arm all the way up. Stretch out the left hip. Inhale, breathe. And exhale. And inhale, circle your arms all the way up towards the ceiling and down to the mat. And lift your hips up. Come back to top of the push-up plank pose. And then lower both knees down. Bring your big toes together. Knees are wide apart from each other. Take your hips all the way back to your heels. Drop the head down into this wide-legged child's pose. And then just breathe here. Breathe into your low back. Breathe into your hips. Breathe into your ankles and shins. And then gently press yourself all the way up. Bring your knees towards each other. So your knees are hip-width apart. And then go ahead and sit on your knees. So you're going to be sitting on your knees. We're going to really stretch out the quadriceps here. Tuck your toes under. The quadriceps are the muscles in the top of your thigh. And then have your hands on your hips. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lean our entire body back. It's not just the back. It's not camel pose where we go back this way. We're going to move the entire body back. You see the difference between the two? So camel back is like this. And now on this one, I'm just going to move the entire body back. And you'll feel that deep stretch in the quadricep. And then come back up. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So I'm going to give you options here. You can either untuck your toes and lean the hips back and the body back. If you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you can reach the arms forward and go back. Or even more difficult, reach the arms up and go back. Okay? If you want it a little bit easier, tuck the toes under, hands on your hips and go back. Or you can try fingers forward or up. So your option, any of those, we're just going to do 2 more rounds of them. So I'm going to do it with my toes untucked. And I'm going to lift back. inhale, stretching out those quadriceps, and then come all the way back up nice and slowly. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, and then reach forward as you're leaning back. Go as far as you can, or you want to, and then you want to challenge yourself, raise the arms overhead, and come all the way back. Deep, deep stretch for those quadriceps. I'm sure you all felt that. Have a seat, please. Bring your knees together. Bring your hands on top of your heart, and then close your eyes for just a moment. Breathe into the quadriceps. Those are really, they get you in those thighs. And then go ahead and have a seat. Put your feet flat on the floor and come all the way back on your back. Draw the knees to your chest once again. And we're going to extend the right leg up. Draw the right leg to your chest. And then switch side. Extend the left leg up. Draw the left leg to your chest. And then this time extending both legs all the way up. Take your hands behind your hamstrings and you're just going to gently bring the legs towards your chest. Both legs at the same time. Let the tailbone lift. Let the hips lift off the ground. And then lower the hips all the way down. Take your hands on the inside of your thighs. Gently open the legs out to the side. Make sure your toes are not pointing down towards the floor. So either back behind you or toes straight, point the toes. Your hands are resting on your inner thighs. And then gently press your legs against the hands. So your legs are going to shake a little bit as you're doing this. That tremor is what we're looking for. We're releasing a lot of the tension by that tremor. So press the legs to your hands so much that it's almost like a little battle between your legs and the hands. And you're pressing your legs as the hands trying to keep the legs open for 5. Let the tremors happen. 4, 3, the shake is actually okay. 2, and 1. Slowly bring the legs together. And then have the feet be a little bit farther away from each other and just begin to shake the legs out. So the toes are pointing towards the sky and you're just gonna shake the legs out as fast as you can. Little tremors, shake, shake, shake. This shaking is really, really good for your body. Animals do this naturally as after they get chased or if they're scared. If you have a pet, you know what I'm talking about. They shake when they're scared. And that shaking releases the tension, the fear. So let's do that again. Legs wide apart from each other, hands in your inner thighs. Press the legs into your hands, hands into the thighs. And you really have to press. So create that tension between the legs and the hands and hold it for 10. Press the legs into your hand. There's going to be a little bit of tremor, shaking for 9. 8, 7, breathe. 6, 5, breathe. Let the legs come a little bit closer towards each other. 4, breathe, breathe, breathe. 3, and 2, let it shake. And 1, and then let the legs come towards each other and then shake it out. Just shake the legs out as much as you can. This is it. Shake it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly begin to lower the legs down towards the floor. Take your time. Try not to let them just drop. And then once you come down here, put your feet flat on the floor. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Take some nice deep breath here into your belly. Draw both knees to your chest. Hug the knees in. And then just rock and roll all the way up. Have a seat, please. You can sit tall if you want to again. And we're going to just kind of put our hips into a test drive. So take your hands in front, just like you did at the beginning of the class. And notice how much space you've created in those hips. Walk your hands to the left, drop the hips down, head down, and then walk your hands to the right. I hope that you feel it as much as I do, because I was really tight when I came into the class, and now I feel like I can move a little bit. Uncross and cross the other ankle in front. Walk your hands to the front first, and then to the right, and to the left. And then coming all the way back up to the center, sit tall, close your eyes. We're just going to finish with just a brief, like a 1 minute meditation. So sit tall, take a nice deep breath into the nose. You don't have to do anything. All you're doing is just sitting tall. Sometimes when we think about meditation, we feel like we have to do something. This is just absolutely doing nothing for just a minute. Your body is breathing itself. Be at peace with wherever you are, however you're feeling in this moment. And as you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me today. I apologize for the little blip in the video. I hope you didn't miss too much. I hope to see you on Friday. If you can, please join me. We're going to do a full class on heart opening. So a lot of stretches for the neck, chest, shoulders, upper back. So lovely to see you all. Thank you so much. Namaste.